does determine whether the given value of the variable is a solution. Okay, and basically this is the check that we've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to put that number in
yes.
for x, and you're asking yourself, is that is the 4 plus 1, is that the same as 5? Does 5 equal 5?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So let's have you try number 3. Let me snip that in next. And it's truly just a yes or a no here. It's like, yeah, either it works or it doesn't work. 2 times v equals 12. So when you put 10 in, why am I having issues tonight with my pad here? Okay, when you put 10 in, 2 times 10, does that equal 12?
No, it does not.
No, it does not. Okay, so you can.
And then 5 and 7 are both yeses.
Okay, perfect. So you know how to do those. Okay, let's go down to number 9. Take a look at number 9 here.
Mm-hmm. So do you circle the one that it would work for?
Yeah, so you know, like you may have to try them all. It's like, well,
well, A works.
So there you go. You're all done.
And then none of the others work.
Yeah, so it looks like only one will work. So you only have to find the one that
okay.
So like you can always sort of hope that one stands out more than another when you're doing this.
C for number 11.
Yeah, I agree. C works. Okay. And do number 13.
A.
Yeah, A is correct. Wow, that's really odd. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the word problems. I know that that's been a challenge for us in the past. So we'll take a look at this question together. See if we can make some sense of it. Okay, Emmanuel put 12 marbles on one pan of a scale. On the other pan, he put 4 marbles, then added 8 more marbles to that side. Each marble weighs 1 ounce. Is the scale in balance? This would actually be a good one of those where you draw a picture if you need to, but essentially you've got 12 over here on the left, and then you start with 4 on the right, but then you add 8 more to it.
That's 12, so it's equal.
Yeah, and the picture in some ways really helps here because you see the scenario played out in front of you. And the fact that they're all 1 ounce, I guess, matters, but that probably is just extra information. So in terms of explaining, I mean, a picture is really good, but do you know if your instructor wants a sentence there? What do they usually?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, good to know. All right, so let's try this one here. All right, so Bill and Rhonda have the same amount of money. Bill has $13. This is kind of where I'm like, all right, here's Bill, here's Rhonda. Bill is $13. Rhonda has 1.5 bills, so she's got 5.
It would be the 5 bills.
Yeah, and the other one, what's the other bill? Yeah, so there's another 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and somehow making a list there would help. Okay. All right, so let's go to page 3. This one's going to go real fast as well. Maybe we will get through all of this, but it's the same thing. It's kind of that picture that I just made in the previous when I was up above there.
So is 12 is 8 plus 17.
Yeah, it's either 8 plus
so
17.
8 plus 17, 25. Right. It is.
And we want it to equal 25. So
yeah. So you do 8 plus 17, which is 25.
Yes. Okay, so let's have you try number 3 on your own here.
Okay, so then you do for number 3. 13 times n, or
Yeah.
13 times 3.
Yes. 3 times 13 is
Yeah,
39.
And then for number 5, 63 divided by 7. If that would work or not. Yeah, it works. So
Yep, that's the right one. Good.
all right, number 2, x4 divided.
Well, let's actually move on to page 4.
Okay.
Let's make sure we hit everything. Page 4's got some story problems. Those are always just a tiny bit more difficult.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a look here. It's a lot of reading, but it's not necessarily a challenge, a super difficult problem. It says at the 2002 Winter Olympics, Norway won 24 medals. Norway won 3 times. Yeah, so it's a good take. Norway won 3 times as many medals as the Netherlands. How many medals did the Netherlands win?
What do you do? 3 times what equals 24?
Yeah, I like that. That's exactly right. So I would write that there. 3 times x equals 24.
Okay.
And then you solve that.
Three times, so x equals 8.
Yes, x equals 8, and x is the number of medals the Netherlands won. So your check is essentially undoing
Yeah.
the division. It's 3 times 8 equal to 24.
Yeah. And then we do sort of the same thing for the next one.
Yeah,
number
let's
2.
yeah, we can look at it together. I didn't know if you'd gotten all that down, but yeah, let's do that. We'll do number 3 actually. I hope these aren't all division problems, but we don't really know. In short track speed skating, 1 lap is approximately 100 meters. About how many laps would a skater need to complete in order to finish a 1,000 meter race? Okay, so any idea what the equation might be for that? Something like that?
Maybe.
It is a multiplication or division option.
So would it be 100? Like how many laps would you need?
Yeah, so you almost want to treat it like it's like a goal. Like, what is the goal? The goal is 1,000. And you get 100 each time you do something.
Yes. So 100 times 100.
Well, again, just
100
solve
times 10, sorry.
Yeah, it's always better to just sort of work it out with the steps we've been doing. And you can see when you divide by 100, you cancel the zeros and you get 10. But that's of course why you're checking it, because when you check it, you'll see that 100 times 10 is the right answer, because they equal the same thing. Let's actually keep doing. Let's do 2 and 4 on this page also, just to I know that students just don't like these. Okay.
Okay. How many? Okay. 2 times what equals 34? What do you do?
Yeah, that seems
Or 2
right to me.
times
And I
X
like
equals
X,
34.
and that's what you're gonna see. Yeah, you're gonna see that a lot in your math classes here.
Would it be X equals
So if you're struggling here, like sometimes it's time to you just pick a number nearby. Like maybe you know that 2 times 15 is 30.
yeah,
Okay, so it's bigger than 15.
well, maybe 2 times 17.
There you go, because 7 gets you to the 4. That's another
Okay,
way
so they
to,
won 17 medals.
yes. And then your check here is 2 times 17. Does that equal 34? And it does. 34 equals 34.
So 34. Okay.
All right, let's try number 4 next. See if you can write the equation for me for this one. What's the goal?
To see how far must the skiers race using the classic style.
Right. So is the classic style shorter than the
Yes.
freestyle? Yeah. So you're trying to get to 10, and
But you do, well, that would be 5, wouldn't it?
so the answer is 5, right? That's
Yeah.
sometimes a good way to look at it. It's like, well, the answer is 5. So I'll help here. 2 times X equals 10. And the idea is that you have to double the classic style to get the freestyle.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, let's go to page 5.
1. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we need to check here. 2 times 5 equals 10. 10 equals 10. Yeah. But yeah, I want to go to page 5 because it's a one-step equation that we never got to, but we can now get to.
Okay.
All right.
Now that becomes 3. Okay. N equals 60.
Okay, so I want to
3.
for which, I'm sorry.
Number 3.
Number 3. What about number 1?
N equals 100.
Yeah. Now, let me just show you an approach here. I don't know if you're doing this, but there's a couple of ways to do it. Option 1 is to write the number on the right as a fraction. And I don't know if you're doing that or not. Option 2 is you multiply both sides by the number on the bottom.
That's what I do.
Okay, and that works perfectly. Yeah, so
for number 2, 20, N equals 20.
Yep, that's correct. And tell me the
For number 5.
go Go ahead and work on 4, and then we'll talk about how to do.
Okay. N equals 35.
Let me look here. Yeah, that's correct. All right, so let's talk about number 5 whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so notice that what you do, you multiply by the same number that you are dividing by. So in every problem here, like in number 3, you multiply both sides by 3. In number 2, you multiply both sides by 10. So your instructor is looking for that here. Is you could say let me get to the pen here. You solve by multiplying by the number being divided by. Now that's not great English, so maybe check with your mom on that, but you're trying to somehow convey that, hey, I know you got to multiply. What number do you multiply by? It's the number that's on the bottom.
Explain how you find the solution. Okay.
So notice August, it's not saying to actually determine the solution, it's saying what do you do to find
Explain
the
how you
solution.
find the solution.
So it's basically that rewriting what we just set up here, but using a specific number. It's like, what are you?
You're dividing 2 by 2 to get n by itself.
So you undo.
Then you do n equals.
Yeah, and again, it's not asked for, but you can say I'm undo division by 2 by multiplying by 2.
Okay.
Okay, so let's we got actually, I mean, I really thought this was going to take a lot more time, but we should go back and maybe do question 1.
Sure, that's absolutely great.
Page 1.
I have a quiz on it.
Okay, yeah, always let me know if you got a quiz. That way we can focus on that stuff. 5-step process. Do you remember those 5 steps?
Isn't it like first, like you write what you need to find, then
Yes.
you draw a model, then you write the equation, solve it, then you check yourself, then you write your final answer?
Yes. Now, some of those are in the same step, but yeah, so write what
you need to find.
What you need to find, yeah. So it says at Elk Meadows Park an aspen tree is 1/3 the height of a pine tree. The aspen tree is 14 feet tall. How tall is the pine tree? Yeah.
So
they're looking for a nice sentence, compact. This is about as compact as I can do. The height of the pine tree. And you want to be very clear with your instructor when they're grading it. Like, this is my step 1. So that they know.
And you do a model maybe of a tree.
I would draw 2 trees here.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be very good, but they need to indicate like one is a lot taller than another. And the order doesn't matter.
And third, you do.
So, but which one is the pine and which one is the aspen?
The aspen's the smaller, the pine's the larger.
Yeah. Now you might even do this. You might even like show the height of it. I would consider
Would you do 14 times 3?
Well, I think you've got to write an equation and solve it.
Yeah.
So see, this is the hard part for you is the answer is 42. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, but that's not like that. That's like the final step. That's like down the road. So you have
Okay.
to come up with something that will get you to that. And so this is the hard part. And you got to use that 14.
Okay, so would it be
So go back to see
14
how
times 3?
well, that's how you solve it, but go back to page 2. Okay. And look at A, B, C, D on one of those. Do you see how they have the 4 operations
Yeah.
there? So here's what you might consider doing. You might say, is it 3x equals 14, x over 3 equals 14, x plus 3 equals 14, or is it x minus 3 equals 14? Because one of these will be correct.
It'll be the multiplication or division, or
It's one of it's one of these two. Okay. Now you just said it. You have to multiply 14 by 3. So which of these two equations do you end up solving by multiplication?
division?
Yeah, the second one. Like that.
So you do 14 divided by 3,
No.
or well, x divided by 3 equals
Yes.
14.
Yes, because you're not able to, you got to figure out like, and this is hard to kind of like explain right now. So I'm suggesting you write the answer and then you work backwards to, well, what could give me that?
Probably.
Well, so this is correct. What I'm saying is this is correct, but you have to then like solve it. So you solve it by multiplying both sides by 3, like you did on page.
So you do what would equal 14.
Yeah, so you're gonna multiply both sides by 3.
Yeah, so 14 times 3, which is 44.
2.
42.
42. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure because it's there.
Yeah, I just got confused.
Okay, so is step 4 to check?
Yes, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
So you check by putting it back into the equation.
So you do 42 times 3 equals 14.
No. You back into your original equation. Your original equation is x divided by 3 equals 14.
Yeah.
And then 5 is to write a sentence that says, hey, this is the answer here. So we would say like the height of the pine tree is, whoa, sorry, my screen's not working.
Or the pine tree is 42 feet tall.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, and you got to have the units in there. Stuff like that. Okay, so with the time we have remaining, August, why don't you pick some problems to work on and just let me know what page you're going to work on, and then
I'm gonna work on just finishing up page 2.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, for number 10, it would be G.
Number 10. Oh, number 10. Okay. I see what you're doing. Yes, G is correct.
And then next for 12, J.
I agree.
And then G again.
G is correct. Good. So some standardized tests switch to F, G, H, and J after A, B, C, and D. That's probably why this is here.
All right.
How about,
two,
how about,
3, 1,
yeah,
2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Okay. For number 2 is a no.
I agree.
For number 4 is a yes.
Okay, agreed.
Number 6 is a yes.
Okay.
And number 8's no.
That's correct. All right, well, that's going to do it for us for tonight, August.
All right.
Great job. Hope you had a great Halloween. Hey, what's your favorite candy? I forgot to ask you.
Oh, Twix.
Twix. All right, cool. I'll see you next week, and
All
good luck
right.
on your quiz tomorrow. If you have time, review some of these notes, especially that 5-step.
Yeah.
All right, have a great one. See ya.
Bye.